And the time now on Chat and Spin Radio here in the UK is exactly 7 p.m. in the evening. And we've got our next guest on the line. Who's calling and where you're calling from?
I'm Ricardo Kok from the Netherlands, Ron.
Ricardo, now you're a dream expert, aren't you? And you, based on your knowledge in the field of theology and psychology, you've been giving practical tips to mainly young people for about 16 years through lectures, training courses, guest lectures, television programs, theatre shows, music, books, columns, and podcasts. So just tell us about that and what inspired you to do it as well.
Now let's start with what inspired me to do like that. As a young child, and still since then, I had a passion for young people. When for example, when I work in the city, where young people drink and have a party, I can walk there and just cry about the pain they have, but also the potential that's in them to change the world, to make them a better place here, and to live the best life and the dreams. And because of that, I want to do something for them. And one of the things I want to do was by speaking, even though I stuttered until I was 16 years old. But just to give him the principles and give him the knowledge, the things they need to not only achieve what they want to do, the destination, the dream, the calling, the purpose, call it how you want, but also to stay there, because it's easy to reach to the destination, to the top, to be a famous singer or what you want to do. But it's hard to stay there, and I want to help them, to give them character to the television programs we make as an organization, but also to the lectures I give, to the sermons I do, to the books I write, to the music I make, and to help them to live their best life.
So if anyone wants to contact you, how do people do that?
I have a link tree, and that's a link linktree/Ricardo Kok. And there are all my social media, my website, the website of our organization, Fearless Generation, of course. My email, because I always like to say to everyone, if you have a question, if you have a comment, or you want to know something, or you want help with something, mail me. And I know always my team laugh when I say this, but they're not here right now, so I can say it freely, because I get a lot of emails, and everyone who I can help, I try to help or give advice. Not always the same day that I answer, because I get 200 emails a day, but I'm here to help people and to serve people, to help young people, but also leaders and potential leaders.
Now, you also do podcasting as well.
Yeah. I have two podcasts. We have the organization podcast Fearless Generation. There are several series like weekly devotional, that's then in Dutch, but they are mainly Dutch podcasts. But on my own podcast, the Dream podcast with Ricardo Kok, we have now two podcast series in English running. The building a fearless character, excuse me, and 8 lessons about Joseph the dreamer and how you can accomplish your dreams. And just to make things practical, in a joyful way, so sometimes with a little bit fun, with a little laughter, because life needs to be lovely, happy, and also with joy and laughing.
And Ricardo, if anyone wants the podcast, they can do that quite easily, can't they?
If anyone wants the podcast, of course, if someone has some idea that can be podcast or TV or something, and we can help them to build it or to do it with us or to collaborate with us, just send me an email. We are always open to it. One of our youngest team members, she didn't have any experience or studies, and she's now growing up as a presenter. She was 17 when she came to her team, when she joined her team, and now she's 18 years old. So if anyone has an idea or something that they want to do and they don't know how to do it, just give me an email and we're going to talk about it, how we can accomplish your dream and set you free in your dream so you can do that, and maybe on our podcast feed or maybe a different. There are a lot of opportunities.
Now, as you said, most of the practical tips are mainly for young people through 16 years of age or even younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Most practical tips. My target audience is the young people because I believe in them and I see the potential, and I believe in we can heaven on earth on this place, but we need to do it together. And if every human being find their purpose and live their purpose in a healthy way, I believe we can have it on earth. Then the war of Ukraine and Russia is far behind our past, and it's not the standard anymore. So we try to set people free in their dreams and just finding out with them first where do you want to go, but also your character, building your character. Like I said, it's easy to go to the top, but it's hard to stay there because you need some character. Because if I look at my own life, I was 13 when I got the dream, and I was 30 when Fearless Generation was set up, was founded. So it took me 17 years from I got the dream to the destination. But that 17 years were not a waste of time. I need to learn some things in my character so I could handle what I do right now. And that's something that we want to learn also to the young people who are joining our team or are part of the audience. Just you have a dream and that's special and we'll carry it, but also build your character so that you can carry that dream in visibility when the time is there.
Okay, then, Richard, we'll leave it at that. And that's Richard Kok on the line from the Netherlands. And you're a dream expert for young people.
Yeah.
Okay, then, Richard, well, thanks very much for coming on.
You're welcome, and it's Ricardo.